Hey everybody, welcome back to the My Bourbon Journey Whiskey Review channel. My name is Scott. If you're new to this channel and you're looking for reviews of different whiskeys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also make sure to hit the bell notification. That's simply going to alert you to when I'm doing new reviews or uploads or live streams. So today from Four Roses Distilling Company, I've got the Four Roses 130th edition or the 2018 Four Roses limited edition release. So the mash bill on this, so this is going to be four basically of their recipes. What that is, it's a 10-year OBSV, a 13-year OBSF, a 14-year OESV, and a 16-year OESK. So some really, really nice ages in this blend. And again, of the ones I've had in the past, they always do a really, really fantastic job with this kind of yearly release. Proof specifically on this one was 108.3 or 54.15% ABV. Non-age stated, but again, it is made up of those four different recipes with those specific ages. MSRP on this at the time that it was released is about $140. So, and I guess I'll just say right away, I mean, this release specifically for me anyway is worth all of $140. I always think that they do a fantastic job with this release specifically, and one that I look forward to getting every year. So, all right, so why don't we get into the review? So typically what I try to do with most or all of my reviews is we'll go through the appearance, we'll nose it, taste it, get into the finishing aspect of it, and then discuss really anything else having to do with the whiskey itself. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into the appearance here. So as you can see, a really, really nice kind of copper note to it. So, and one thing like I always try to do is move the whiskey around in the glass just a little bit, help it open up, especially when you're dealing with something that's got a little bit extra proof to it, lets a little bit of those alcohol vapors kind of burn off on it as well. So, and then also it gives you an idea of how oily the whiskey may be as it kind of sticks or clings to the glass. So that's always something that you want to look forward to or look for in a whiskey, is the more oily it is, generally the more mouth coating it's going to be and more flavor. A lot of times it'll help to, you know, bring forward in your whiskey. So, all right, let's go ahead and we'll get into the nose. So right away, you get hit with this nice baking spice and dark fruit aspect to it. Really nice baking spice. Kind of like this sweet oak aspect to it. I think it's probably some of the vanilla that's starting to kind of come out in it, but it's that combination of the vanilla and the oak that's making it really, really nice. A little bit of cinnamon there. A touch of kind of a little bit of the kind of butterscotch on that as well. But again, here come kind of the vanillas and the caramels, you know, kind of that, and there's that back layer of that, again, that oak that's there. And still always one thing I get with a lot of Four Roses is just in general this floral aspect to it. Even though there's some of the recipes that are a little bit more, I guess, heavy on the floral aspect of things, it's just something I get a lot of times with Four Roses specifically, is just the amount of that kind of floral note you get, that kind of just, you know, soft, like buttery floral kind of note. And even a little bit of like a candy corn, there's definitely that sweetness that's there. And again, for 108 proof, I've had this open for a little while. And again, I have to say thanks to Jason from the Mash and Drum. He provided a sample to me a while ago, and was fortunate enough. I got a bottle, but this was a sample that he specifically sent me. But really, really nice nose. Again, there's just that nice baking spice, oak, vanilla, caramel. Those dark fruits are there. Really, really nice. All right, more importantly, let's see how this tastes. Cheers. So definitely a little bit more heat on the palate than you were getting on the nose. You kind of expect that. But again, there's that really, really nice baking spice, vanillas, caramels that really start to come through. Again, there's that floral note, but it's really, really rich in the dark fruit aspect. A little bit of cinnamon starts to kind of come through. That oak presence kind of starts to come a little bit more to the forefront. And I'd say for me, it's a little bit more like oak forward on the front of the palate, and then it really starts to kind of sweeten up a little bit. The mid palate, back of the palate, is where some of that sweet corn starts to kind of come through. The vanillas, the caramels, that floral aspect, especially the that kind of dark fruit aspect to it. Really, really nice and rich. Got a really nice kind of creamy mouthfeel, nice and oily, coats the mouth really, really well. Just an incredible pour. It's just one of those whiskeys, again, like I said in the beginning, it's just something I look forward to really every year. And if you have the opportunity each year to get that, I know they always do like a launch or a release at the distillery, and big lineup for those usually. But it's well worth $140 as far as I'm concerned. So fantastic, bourbon whiskey. So as far as the finish goes on this one, again, the whiskey kind of on the front of the palate, you get hit with a little bit more of that kind of oak, things along those lines. And then really for me, a lot of the flavor comes from the mid to the back of the palate. Those vanillas, the caramels, the dark fruits, all of that really starts to kind of come forward. I know those are kind of generic, bourbon terms, but in terms of the complexity and just the balance of it, that's where this one really starts to kind of shine. It's just one of those whiskeys, bourbon specifically, that you've got a quality product really early on. As soon as you start sipping it, you get all of those flavors hit you right away. That complexity is something that everybody looks for in a bourbon. So again, with the Four Roses 130th edition specifically, it's an absolutely fantastic bourbon whiskey. So if it's something that you have had, and again, at the filming of this, we're a little bit behind, more than a year at this point, but it was something I wanted to do and just kind of get that out there. So, but again, fantastic whiskey. So if you can get it, or we're ever thinking about getting, or have an opportunity to find one that's maybe sitting out there on a shelf, I don't know how it would be, but if you're able to pick one up, don't hesitate to get one. So with that being said, like, subscribe. Most importantly, leave some comments. I know this is something that, again, that's been out for a little while, but let me know if you were fortunate enough to get a bottle, try it. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm always interested to hear people's feedback and their thoughts specifically on the whiskey that I'm reviewing. Also, you can, if you'd like to support or help contribute to the channel, you can through my Patreon page, which I'll have linked in the description below. Also in the description or the link below, there's some other kind of fun things there. So if you want to check that stuff out, you can as well there. So, but with that being said, and like I say, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.